Cole Sweska and Jake Upton back deep to field the kick of Ben Kramer. Cromer averaging 56.4 a kick. Kick returns. Jake Upton 1 for 91 and a score last week. Chuck Britton gives Cromer the okay, and away we go. We are underway with week number 2 of the high school football season. It comes down to Upton, far side hash mark at the 3, straight ahead, 10-15. He runs to the 20, bounces right to the outside of the 25. He's to the 30, Jake to the 35, 40. Jake to the 45, breaks a tackle, gets inside Marion territory, and Cromer, the kicker, brings him down at the Marion 47-yard line. A 50-yard return for Jake Upton. 91 and 50 on the first 2 returns of your varsity career. Not bad, Chris. Not bad.
Absolutely not, Darren. Jake did a nice job there coming up behind his wedge and then breaking it to the outside. Made a couple guys miss and then took some contact, was able to keep on his feet.
First and 10, 47-yard line, football right or far side hash mark as the Vikings move right to left. Savaroff and Johansson split in the backfield. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, and Sweska split to the near side left. Pierce under center, takes the snap, drops back to throw, swings it out left side, caught by Savaroff at the 50 to the 45 to the 40. He's hit and ridden down on the near sideline by Quinn Canoy at the 38. It's a gain of 9 yards. 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Well, as a swing pass to the back out of the backfield, the timing was really good. The hit by the 2 defenders was good, so it's a good positive play for us and a way to play football with the shoulder pads.
First, 2nd and 1 from the 38. Kane to the right side, hitting to the near side left. Wing left, Sweska, split back, Savaroff and Johansson. Football left or near side hash mark, 8 in the box for Marion. Give up the middle to Johansson, bounces off right guard inside the 35, brought down along the near side hash mark at the 33. It's a first down. Nick Kramer the stop, a gain of 5.
Yep, just a little quick hitter, give to the fullback, Johansson up the middle. Almost snuck through the line of scrimmage, but just got a little too wrapped up.
First and 10, 33-yard line, Marion territory, make it the 34. Minute into the game, no score. Split to the left side is Sean Denning. Wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane, split back to the backfield. Savaroff and Johansson giving a wing back sweep to Sweska, looking for a block from Ashbacker, gets one, tries to turn upfield and gets dragged down near the 32-yard line. Nick Kramer got the stop. Good lateral pursuit by Marion. It's a gain of 2.
Well, Darren gave you the description of why we couldn't get the corner turned. 2 defenders really strung it out, and they were able to play off the block of our linemen and make it a minimal gain.
2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line. Marion territory, football right or far side hash mark. Sweska to the left side. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, Kane and Myers. Split back, Savaroff and Johansson. Pierce under his center, Sean Truan. 8 in the blacks for Marion. Give us to Savaroff off the right side. He's hit immediately and knocked back right near the line of scrimmage. Deshaun Quinn had first contact. He had 10 tackles in week number 1 against Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, and like you said, Darren, Marion with 8 in the box there. They just had more people at the point of attack than we had blockers, and just not a whole lot of room to move.
Vikes were 5 of 12 on third down conversions last week. They had their first third down of the night, 3rd and 8 from the Marion 32-yard line. Football right or far side hash mark, 2.5 minutes into the game, no score. Dylan Henning to the right side, wing back right is Sweska. Tight end left is Kane. Split back, Savaroff and Johansson. Football right or far side hash mark. Pierce under center. Toss sweep going to Savaroff left side. A block from Whittle. Turns upfield to the 30. He's to the 25. Opening to the 20. He's to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Michael Savaroff on a 32-yard touchdown run with some nice blocking help. And the Vikes on the board. 2:43 in.
He got real good team block at the line of scrimmage, but the last 20 to 25 yards was just good individual running of warding off a blocker, warding off a tackler, and good cutting. A nice run by Savaroff.
Carter Zidlicki will snap it. Drake Stirring will hold it, and Bryce Pierce will look to go 3 for 3 on the season on PATs. Swinging gate into formation, snap spot kick is up, and it is no good. He pushed it to the left or near side. 9:17 to play first quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for Decorah. Let's take a break for Jeff's Auto Repair. Welcome back to Viking Stadium. 6-0 Decorah, 9:17 to play first quarter. Nice drive after the nice kickoff return by Jake Upton. Back deep for Marion. I believe that is Logan Fuller on the far side, and on the near side, Austin Brown. Cole Sweska will kick off. He averaged 43.8 a kick last week. Austin Brown was the only Indian to return a kick last week, as he returned it for 12 yards. Sweska has his football teed up from right to left in the center of the field. And this one is a low trajectory kick that's picked up by Brown. Near side numbers at the 4, runs to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, bounces left to the center of the field and gets dragged down at the 25-yard line. Brown returns it for 21, brought down by Alec Felstuhl.
Yeah, and like we talked about just a moment ago, Darren, the kickoff team really doing a nice job of spreading out over the field, staying in their lanes, and making sure that the returner couldn't get loose.
First down at 10, 25-yard line, football in the center of the field as Marion moves left to right. Quinn Canoy split to the right side. Into the slot to the right is Fuller. Tight end on the left side is Kramer. An I formation. Dotting that I is Colton Mowry. Quick toss right side. Catch made by Fuller at the 25. Dances upfield across the 30. Dragged down by Kyle Kane, the linebacker, at the 33-yard line. Good execution on the first play from scrimmage. A gain of 8.
Well, it was a lateral pass to a back in the backfield. Got a good block from his wideout, number 11, and makes a nice 8-yard gain.
2nd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Canoy and Fuller to the left side. Kramer tight end right. I formation with Preston Murphy and with John Karstensen. Dropping back to throw is Hardman. Hardman throws the left side. Intercepted. Kyle Kane at the 40. And he bumps into Holt Johansson and gets brought down at the 38-yard line. First takeaway of the season for the Decorah Vikings. And the sure-handed Kyle Kane gets it for Decorah.
And it looked like the quarterback there didn't even see Kyle coming underneath on that coverage. Probably an ill-advised decision to throw the ball, but Kyle did a nice job of making an adjustment, hauling it in with one hand.
First and 10, Marion territory, 38-yard line. Vikes right to left. Football towards the right or far side hash mark. Meyer right, Kane left, Sweska wing right. Split backs with Hovden and with Johansson. Under center as Pierce takes the snap, short drop, throws the left side, incomplete, going for Kane, covered by Canoy on the left numbers at the 30, 2nd and 10.
Well, a combination of pretty good coverage, but the ball wasn't thrown where our receiver really had an opportunity to catch the ball, so an incomplete pass.
8:27 to play, first quarter, 6-0 Decorah. Vikes with a 2nd and 10 from the Marion 38-yard line. Football on the right or far side hash mark. The birthday boy Dylan Henning to the right side. Wing back right is Sweska. Tight end left is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and with Johansson. Sweska in motion right to left. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Jake, bouncing right to the outside, reaches the numbers to the 30th, burst of speed inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. First down, Trevor Hardman the stop. It's a gain of 12.
Jake doing a nice job on that play of following the initial block, and then once he cleared the line of scrimmage, again, took some contact and was able to get about 4 or 5 extra yards on that play.
Vikes trying to take advantage of a Kyle Kane interception on the second play from scrimmage from Marion, or for Marion. First and 10 at the 26-yard line. Football right or far side hash mark. To the left side for Decorah will go Cole Rohr. Wing left is Sweska. Tight end right side is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and with Johansson. Dropping a throw is Pierce. Pierce with nice protection. Throws it left side. Incomplete. Sweska had double coverage in the flat near the 20. Coverage provided by Evan Kramer and Logan Fuller. It's 2nd down.
Well, Chris and Darren, if I read their defense right, it looks like a 44 with the outside linebackers always walked up, so it looks like a 6-man front all the time. And I've heard Chris and Darren already tell you, listening audience, they've got 8 guys within 2 to 2.5 yards of the line of scrimmage all the time.
2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. 7:58 to play, first quarter. 6-0 Decorah. High formation, wing right. Give off the right side to Johansson. Powers off right guard behind the blocking of power guard Austin Ashbacker to the 21-yard line. It was brought down by Nick Kramer. It's a gain of 5, 3rd and 5 Decorah.
Just a little option look there, and they went with the first option, if you will, giving the ball off to the fullback up the middle, and then carrying the fake out to the right side. But nice job by Holt to put his shoulder pads down and pick up 5 yards.
Decorah 1 of 1 on third down conversions, 3rd and 5 from the 21. Football writer, far side hash mark. Heading to the left side, wing left is Kane, split right is Sweska. I formation with Hovden and with Johansson. Pierce under his center, Sean Truan, 8 in the box for Marion. Give is to Hovden, loses the football. Pierce now picks it up near the 30 or the 27-yard line and gets brought down and knocked back from the 26. The handoff went to Hovden. He tried to cut it, and while shifting is the ball, he lost it. Pierce recovered for Decorah. It's 4th down.
Little carelessness on ball handling. We got the ball from the quarterback to the first ball carrier that was meant to be that ball carrier, but he got swung around a little bit with when he got hit in the arm, and then the next thing it's on the ground, the quarterback's picking it up, and then he gets nailed behind the line too.
4th and 11 from the 27. Kane right, Rohrer left, wing left is Sweska. Split backs with Savara or with Hovden and Johansson. Taking the snap is Pierce. He has nice protection. He swings it out left side, going for Sweska, incomplete. Wasn't much of a chance to make a connection there. Sweska was the intended receiver. Fuller was the man nearest the football, and the Vikes failed to take advantage of the turnover.
And Cole had 2 guys on him again on that play, and frankly, the ball just had a little bit too much air under it. Bryce didn't really give Cole a chance on that play.
6:24 to play, first quarter, 6-0 Decorah. It is a 1st and 10 going the other way for Marion. They move left to right offensively here in quarter number 1 as they trail it 6-0. Kanoy to the right side. Split backs in the backfield. The wing back on the right side is Fuller. Hardman under his center. Drew Protska takes the snap, gives to Karstensen, runs the right side, and he gets dragged down by Matt Whittle near the 29-yard line. Help came from Dustin Carey. It is a gain of 2.
Very good team play because everybody held their running lane on the line of scrimmage, and we got help from a D-back and Carey coming up right into the hole, and so only a 2-yard gain.
Colton Mowry, who had 162 yards last week, is yet to see any time in the ball game for Marion. 2nd and 8 from the 29. Give off the right side to Austin Brown. Has a hole on counter action across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Close to first down yardage. Tackle credit to Holt Johansson. They may have to measure here, and that was the play where Marion made a lot of their money last week.
Absolutely, and as we were sitting here watching the sophomore game before this game started, we were noting that they ran a lot of that counter action, and you see why you like your younger level guys to start learning the offense, because obviously they're going to use a lot of it in this game.
1st and 10, 37-yard line, no measurement needed. 5.5 to play first quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for Decorah. Fuller left, Kanoy right, Karstensen and Murphy in an I formation. The tight end on the left side is Nick Kramer. Short drop, Hardman throws the right side, incomplete. Kanoy had it in his hands, might have heard the footsteps of Kyle Kane. Flat out dropped it at the 45, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it wasn't it was a short slant to the wide out. It wasn't perfectly thrown, but it was catchable thrown, and the wide out dropped it.
Kanoy was the leading receiver a year ago and the only man to catch a pass for Marion last week. 2nd and 10 from the 37, counter action left side. This time Fuller was hit in the backfield and dragged back. Dustin Carey got first contact. Help came from Sean Truan as well as Holt Johansson. Gain of 0, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's that same counter action with the play action to the right side of the offensive line, and then the give off the left side. The Viking defensive line looked a lot more prepared for it on that one.
5-minute mark, first quarter, 6-0 Decorah. 3rd and 10 for Marion. Football towards the far or left side hash mark at the 37-yard line. To the right side, Derek Smith, everybody else in tight. Kanoy tight end, left side of the line. Wing back on the right side is Fuller, I formation. Karstensen dots the I. Hardman takes off, play action, has nice protection. Pumps once, runs in the pocket, loses the football. Scramble on at the 32. Hardman back on top of it right there. It's a 4th down for Marion.
Well, the quarterback took a long time to make a decision, and in order to throw the ball like they were trying to throw it, you got to really hold out with your offensive line better than they did, and we finally collapsed him back there in the pocket, and the ball went loose, but they were fortunate enough to recover it.
Trevor Hardman had one punt for only 5 yards last week. Hovden returned his punt 22 yards. Sweska returned his opportunity 9 yards. They are back deep near the 35-yard line. Hardman moves forward, gets the kick away. Nice hang time to it. Sweska makes the catch. Near side numbers at the 41. Drops it.
They got it.
And it looks like Marion has recovered. And the officials are sorting out the situation. No signal yet. It's Decorah football. Glass half full, Coach. Come on.
Yeah,
Cole Sweska got the recovery.
Yeah, Cole looked like he tried to field that ball almost off to the side of his body instead of taking it right down between the arms, right in the chest. But it did look like Marion got to the ball first, but I guess we catch a break on that one.
3:47 to play, first quarter, 6-0 Decorah. Vikings right to left. Football left to our near side hash mark. Breitenmeyer to the right side. Wing back right is Sweska. High formation in the backfield with Savarov and with Johansson. Tight end on the left side is Carey. Pierce off play action, has time. Hit as he throws the right side, incomplete. Coming in off the blind side on the pass rush that time was Devin Quinn, and he hit Pierce as he threw the ball. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
We're on the same wavelength with where the ball was delivered and the receiver to whom it was being thrown on the right break, because it wasn't even close. And as Darren pointed out, the backside end was really breathing down on Pierce. He had to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 at the 43. The right side goes Rohr. Wing back right is Dolly, goes in motion left. Here is Pierce on the option look, keeps it. Left side, runs to the 45, drag down between the numbers and the sideline. Near side at the 50. Kanoy in on the stop, a keeper for 7. 3rd and manageable for Decorah.
Yeah, and that was the thing we touched on a little bit last week with Bryce, is riding out those play fakes a little bit longer. Did a lot better job on that one, and then once he got to the outside, cut it up for a nice gain.
Cresco and New Hampton scoreless into the first quarter. 3rd and 3 for Decorah from the 50-yard line. Football left or near side hash mark. Rohr to the right side. Tight end left is Carey. Wing back right is Dolly. I formation, Savarov and Johansson. Dolly in motion right to left. Pierce takes, gives to Savarov. Looks for a gap, finds one. Runs to the 45 to the 40. Breaks the tackle at the 37. Brought down in front of the Decorah bench at the 30-yard line. Devin Quinn in on the stop. Gain of 20. First down Decorah.
You got to give the point of attack blockers credit to allow their back, Savarov, to be able to get his shoulders and hips turned north and south, and then he's got good hips. He's tough to tackle when they try to tackle from the waist on down to the thighs. He busts out quite easily.
And Marion going to take a timeout. 2:45 left, first quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for Decorah, and this for Rockweiler Appliance and TV. A 6-0 lead for Decorah. Decorah field position, really the story of this game. Decorah started at the Marion 47, the Marion 38, their own 43. Marion started at their own 25 and their own 27. Vikes scored on their initial drive, a Michael Savarov 32-yard touchdown run. Marion, their initial drive, Kyle Kane got an interception. Vikes failed to convert off that turnover. But the drive after, Decorah has it 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line, and Tony Perkins taking the basketball-style timeout to try to stop the momentum right there. There's 2:45 left here in quarter number 1. A 6-0 lead for Decorah. Vikes have the football left or near side hash mark as they go right to left, leading 6-0 from their Marion 29. Meyer to the left side, wing left to Sweska. I formation in the backfield. Savarov dots the I. Sweska in motion right to left. Give us to Johansson. Dragged down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. They read the play well. John Karstensen brought him down. Loss of a little, 2nd and more than 10.
Like you said, Darren, great read by the Marion front 7 there. Just plugging up the point of attack, and there was actually nowhere to go on that play.
2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. To the right side will go Dylan Henning. Wing back right is Sweska. Tight end left side, Dustin Carey. Split back, Savarov and Johansson. Football left or near side hash mark. Pierce takes the snap, gives on a delay to left side to Hansen. Lowers the shoulder, breaking a tackle inside the 25. Lunges ahead and brought down along the sideline at the 17-yard line. It'll be a first down. Nick Kramer brought him down with assistance from Jordan Keaton.
Good hole at the point of attack. Good job of keeping body control by staying low with a shoulder drive, good leg drive, good all-around play. Johansson, a good game.
6-0 Decorah, 2-minute mark, first quarter. Football left or near side hash mark at the Marion 17. Sweska split to the far right side. Savarov and Johansson split in the backfield. Dolly tight end right. And the tight end on the left side is Rohrer this time. Pierce takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, throws the right side. Catch is made by Carey as he is brought down at the 20-yard line in the center of the field. Combination stop that time from Jordan Comreed and Logan Fuller.
Yeah, Dustin was actually kind of blanketed there by two defenders, but Bryce was able to squeeze the ball in. Kind of a moderate gain, but good to get that first completed pass.
And they have it at the 11-yard line, 2nd and 4. After the gain of 6 on the previous play, and this time the football's in the center of the field. Sweska split to the far right side. Two tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Carey right. And heading off to the left, split back Savarov and Johansson. 10 in the box this time for Marion. Give to Savarov off the left side, looking to power ahead and got dragged down. A good pile at the 10-yard line, dragged him down. The first contact from behind came from Evan Kramer, who scored a touchdown on a fumble recovery last week. 3rd and 3 for Decorah.
Yeah, I'd have to say that the defensive line beat our offensive line at the point of attack of controlling the gap or hole that we wanted to run into, and just enough of a pile to make it difficult to make any yardage.
And Carey with an equipment issue, granted a brief respite there by Chuck Britton. He'll wind the clock with 35 seconds left here in quarter number 1. 3rd and 3 from the 12-yard line, or the 10-yard line rather. Football in the center of the field. Heading to the right side, Sweska wing right, tight end left side is Carey. Split backs with Savarov and with Johansson. Sweska in motion right to left. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Johansson, plows ahead off left tackle. He'll get down to the 5. It appears he will have enough for the first down. They'll mark him closer to the 6. The tackle, credit to Logan Fuller.
Yeah, another quick give up the middle there to Holt. Johansson did a nice job after he absorbed the first contact, keeping his legs driving and picking up the first down.
And I think that'll be the final play of quarter number 1. Quarter number 1 coming to a close. It is 6-0 Decorah. And let's take a break for Vic's Heating and Plumbing and for the A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate. Welcome back. 6-0 Decorah, end of the first quarter. Chris Wanless, you've just been given the stat sheet. Anything look interesting to you?
Well, I think a lot of the impressive stats for Decorah can probably be attributed to the fact that they just had the ball for a heck of a lot more time than Marion did in the first quarter. You look at total offense, Marion 13 yards, Decorah 109. 54 of those yards coming on the ground for Michael Savarov. So you got to be impressed with the way the Vikes were able to handle the ball in the first quarter.
So it's 1st and goal at the Marion 6 to start the second quarter, as the Vikes will go to the east end zone, the end zone to our right here at Viking Stadium. Teams break the huddle of the coaching staffs as the Vikings head onto the field. Most of the plays, time of possession and field position have really been the story here early on of this ball game. Football on the left or far side hash mark as the Vikes will move left to right here in quarter number 2. Cole Rohr to the left side, wing back left is Sweska, tight end right is Carey. I formation with Johansson and with Savarov. Pierce under his center, Sean Truan gives to Savarov, right side, finds a gap and gets dragged down near the 2. Had a nice hole off the power side of Whittle and Ashbacker that time. Logan Fuller brought him down. It's a gain of 4.
Very positive play on 1st and goal with just trying to go in between guard and tackle, and good at the point of attack, hole and good running for 4 yards.
2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Football in the center of the field. Sweska split to the near right side. Tight end left is Meyer. Tight end right is Dustin Carey. I formation, Holt Johansson and Michael Savarov. Pierce under his center, Sean Truant. He takes the snap, gives it off the right side to Johansson. Second effort to the end zone for the touchdown. second effort might not have been good enough on the description. It was probably third or fourth, but that was 1-2 from 2-3, and it's 12-0 Decorah.
Absolutely, Darren. A lot of times when you get down that close to the goal line, it becomes a matter of will, and Holt Johansson there showing that he wanted to score that touchdown more than the Marion Indians wanted to keep him out.
11-10 to play here in quarter number 2. It's 12-0 Decorah. And here's a toss on the swinging gate to Jake Upton, who lunges to the goal line. He is in for the 2-point conversion. The Vikes tossed it to Jake Upton, who stands in back of the swinging gate, who got in for the 2-point score. And it's 14-0 Decorah. Let's take a timeout for Dick Kubelier and Troy Whitehill with Edward Jones Investment. 14-0 Decorah. A little swinging gate trickery there, Coach.
Yeah, it's not a play that isn't practiced, because on usually pre-game night, normally Thursday night, it's practiced a couple times, and we really did a good job with it.
Sweska kicking off from left to right. Here is the approach and the kick. It comes down to Austin Brown at the 12. Brown straight ahead, 10, 15, 20. Tries to run to his right and gets dragged down. They're going to mark him at the 22-yard line. Down on special teams for Decorah that time was Jacob Leafs. It's first down and 10 at that point.
Yeah, and you talk about the physicality of this Decorah team. As they're running down on kickoff coverage, you just see guys throwing their bodies around, and you got to really admire that, because a lot of times on the special teams it might be comprised of a lot of guys that don't usually get a lot of the glory, but they're making the most of their time on the field.
So first and 10 at the 21-yard line for Marion, moving right to left, trailing 14-0. Kanoy to the right side, Fuller off to the left, I formation in the backfield. Karstensen to the tail of the tandem. Givas to the fullback, Preston Murphy, who squeeze it ahead off left guard across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Correction, that was Nick Fuller, or Nick Kramer, the ball carrier that time. Sean Truan, the stop, gain of 4.
Well, very quick hitter right, probably behind the center and guard on the right side, and they ran it well.
2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield, and they give us to Karstensen off the right side across the 30 to the 32-yard line. It'll be a first down. Johansson the stop. It's a gain of 6.
Marion just kind of taking advantage of the middle of the field, creating pretty decently sized running lanes, and again, just taking advantage of the space that's there.
First and 10, 32-yard line. Kanoy to the right side, everybody else in tight. Karstensen, Murphy, and Mulwinkle, the backfield threesome. Here's the give is to Karstensen, right side, powers his way off the right side across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Off the bottom of the pile that time for Decorah was Austin Ashbacker. It's a gain of about 5 again.
Well, they're definitely in a running formation. They're in a power high with maximum amount of blockers that they want to head into the hole in front of the ball carrier, and right now it's working 3 consecutive plays.
10-minute mark, second quarter, 14-0 Decorah. Decorah, first or 2nd and 5 from the 37 I formation. Receivers left and right. Kramer, the tight end, left side of the line. Taking the snap is Hardman, dropping back to throw, throwing deep down the right sideline, going for Kanoy, who makes the catch inside the 35. They're going to mark him at the 32. He beat the coverage of Dylan Henning. It is a gain on the play of 31.
Yeah, it looked initially like Dylan was maybe going to have a play on the ball, just started to turn his hips a little too early. And as a defensive back, you never want to get your hips turned when you're not absolutely sure you're going to have a play on the ball.
This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah, 9:40 to play second quarter. Marion on the drive, trailing 14-0. First and 10 from the 32 of Decorah. Give off the left side to Karstensen. This time he plays pinball up the middle off left guard. Maybe gets to the 30-yard line. Came down in the arms of Brady Dolly. It's a gain of 2.
Much better front line defense on our part, that they couldn't find a seam by the back when the initial point of attack was clogged up, and really a good play on our part on the front.
Correction, Fuller on the last carry. 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line. Kanoy to the right side, Mulwinkle slot right. Hardman will be in the shotgun this time with backs on either side of his hip. Kramer, the tight end, left side of the line. Football towards the right or far side hash mark. Hardman off play action, rushes on. He'll fire over the middle of the field, and it's caught by Kanoy, who drops it, and now they're going to say it's incomplete. Kanoy caught the ball in the center of the field, was bobbling it just a little bit. I think Dylan Henning got a little bit of a hand in there to cause the incompletion. It's third down.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a different look there for Marion, something they haven't shown yet tonight with the shotgun. Just a play-action pass and then a post route, but Dylan Henning doing a nice job of competing until the whistle was blown.
Third down and 8 from the 30-yard line. Dylan celebrating a birthday today. 8:50 to play, second quarter, 14-0, Decorah on top. 3rd and 8 from the Decorah 30-yard line for Marion. Hardman takes the snap, gives on a draw play off the left side to Karstensen, and he gets buried back at the 32-yard line. Savaroff was there. Dustin Carey was there. Austin Ashbacker was there. Loss of 2, 4th and 10.
Yeah, it was a traditional draw play, and we really did a good job of not over pursuing by coming so strong upfield that we didn't hold our running lanes, and just a very good job.
First 4th and 10 from the 32. Trips to the right side. Hardman in the shotgun, back to his right. Hardman takes the snap, pass climbing the top, throws to the right side, incomplete. He threw it between Kanoy and Karstensen, and in fact, over both of them, Henning and Hovden were there in the Decorah zone. It's a bend but don't break 4th down turnover from the Decorah defense.
Yeah, it looked like he thought he was going to have a receiver kind of running a corner route there, but the receiver and the quarterback not on the same page.
8:08 to play, second quarter. It's a 14-0 lead for Decorah. That trips to the right, shotgun formation against Marion. Sorry, that excited me a little bit. To the left side will go Meyer. Wing back left is Sweska. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Here's the give to Johansson. Squeezes through off left guard. He's to the 40. Open field to the 50. Running up the near side to the 30. Along the numbers to the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown. Johansson for 68 and 6. It's 20-0 Decorah with 7:57 to play. Quarter number 2.
Oh, once he broke the initial line of scrimmage and shot quickly past any linebacker, there wasn't anybody with an angle even that looked like they were going to get him. So again, good help at the point of attack, and just a good overall play.
Bryce Pierce for the PAT. He missed his first attempt tonight. The second PAT attempt was a swinging gate run-in for score for Jake Hovden. Carter Zidlicki will snap it to Drake Skuring, who will put it down for Bryce Pierce. Snap, spot, kick. This one is up, and it is no good again. You know what? Always good to have things to work on, and kicking game has given Decorah something to do that. 7:57 to play, second quarter, 20-0 Decorah. This for those great folks at Decorah Tire Service. 20-0 Decorah. Johansson a 68-yard touchdown run. Savaroff a 2-yard touchdown run. Johansson, or a 32-yard touchdown run. Johansson with the 2-yard touchdown runs. But kicking game, leaving a little bit to be desired right now, fellas.
Yeah, and that last extra point actually off the foot looked a lot better than the first one, but I think he just pushed it wide. Not sure if maybe the hold didn't get down the way you want it to, but regardless, like you said, Darren, it's definitely something Bryce is going to have to work on.
And the whole unit has to work on, to be fair. Zidlicki and Skuring, different combination than last week. Sweska's kick coming down to Fuller at the 15, runs straight ahead to the 25. He is hit near the 30-yard line and knocked back from the 31-yard line. First contact on special teams for Decorah was Jonathan Ellsburn. First down at 10 at the 31-yard line for Marion. They're now trailing it by a 20-0 margin. 7:50 to play second quarter. And at this point in the game, do you stick to what your original game plan is about, or do you deviate from here, Coach?
No, when things are going right, why change?
No, I'm talking from a Marion perspective, from them offensively right now.
No, I don't think they've tried to stay balanced. In other words, with the run and the pass, I think you're going to see that pretty much the same way.
High formation in the backfield. Hardman's toss sweep going on the left side to Karstensen, bouncing left to the outside. He's hit by Dylan Henning and dragged down right in front of the Decorah bench on the left or near sideline at the 34. But a good job of keeping contained by the defensive end, Eric Severson, to help out. It's a gain of 2.
Yeah, that was just a basic sweep play here to the near side, and the Viking defense doing a nice job of really stringing it out, not giving the ball carrier a lane to turn up the field.
2nd and 8 from the 34. Football on the left or near side hash mark as Marion moves right to left. Karstensen and Murphy in an I formation. Kramer the wing right side. Kanoy split to the right side. Hardman takes the snap, retreats in the pocket. Slight roll to the right side. Now he fully rolls to the right side. He looks to turn upfield. He's hit by Kyle Kane. He's helped out by Jonathan Ellsburn, and down he goes. They're going to mark him at the 32. Call it a loss of a yard to the 33. Rather, it's 3rd down and long for Marion.
Well, a good pass rush and a good job of staying in area coverage by our people in zones, and so there's no big running lane once he tries to turn the corner. We just did a good job again overall as a team.
3rd and 7 from the 33, 6.5 to play, second quarter, 20-0 Decorah. Hardman on the rush, screen pass left side, going for Fuller. He makes a catch at the 32 and brought down from behind by Austin Ashbacker at the 40-yard line. How about the recovery for the Baby Bull that time, who was initially rushing the quarterback, saw it was a screen, hustled back, and brings down Fuller a yard shy of the first down at the 40.
Yep, just like you said, Darren. Austin doing a great job of doing exactly what you're coached to do in that situation. They always say if you're coming across the line of scrimmage too free, you can always think to yourself, there's something wrong.
Pike's only going to send one guy back with Jake Hubden this time. Hardman is the punter and the quarterback. Snap back to Hardman in good shape. He moves forward, gets the kick away. Down to Hubden, center of the field at the 25. Moves ahead to the 30. Runs to the 35. Back to the right to the 40. And brought down at the 45-yard line. The punt goes 35. Jake brings it back 20. 5:44 to play second quarter. 20-0 Decorah.
Jake does a real good job of, first of all, he did it what you got to do, and that's catch the ball cleanly. But he hesitates and really looks to see where he can first get past the first initial cover guys, and then he does a good job of cutting on his own, and it's a good return.
Pikes left to right here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 45. To the right near side is Meyer. Tight end left is Kane. Wing back right is Sweska. Hubden and Johansson in a straight I formation. Give to Hubden. Stutter step move off the left side. Moves ahead to maybe the 47. Pretty good stack up by the Marion defense. Off the top of the pile goes Josh Gorman. 2nd down and 8 for Decorah.
Yeah, the defensive line of Marion there doing a nice job holding their ground, not giving our ball carrier much of a lane to run through.
2nd and 8 from the 47-yard line. Football towards the left or far side hash mark. Dylan Henning will go to the right side. Wing back right is Sweska. Tight end left is Kane. Johansson and Hubden in a straight I formation. Hubden dotting the I behind Bryce Pierce, who's under his center. Sean Truan takes the snap. Option right side. They give it to Johansson, and he got hit immediately and bent back from the 47-yard line. Jordan Keaton, the defensive tackle, met Johansson in the hole for nothing. It's 3rd and 8.
They also fired a linebacker there, and they, you look good when you fire him in the right place, and he helped that defensive tackle stack it up right on the line of scrimmage.
And that's just for blocking confusion more than anything on that play, correct?
Yes.
3rd and 8 from the 47-yard line. 4.5 to play second quarter. 20-0 Decorah. Sweska in motion left to right I formation in the backfield. Option right side. Pierce going to keep it. Has blockers. Runs to the 45. Runs to the 40. Dragged down inside Marion territory at the 38. Cameron Mulwinkle with the stop. Pierce keeps it for 14 to the 39. It's a 1st down.
Yeah, typically on the belly play, the quarterback wants to get out around the edge, but Bryce doing a great job recognizing that the lane was more up the seam on that play, cutting it up a little earlier than he might.
1st and 10, Marion territory, 39-yard line. Football towards the right or near side hash mark. Meyer to the left side, wing back left is Sweska. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Hubden and Johansson. Pierce takes the snap, wing back sweep to Sweska right side. Gets a block to the 35 and dragged down at the 35-yard line. A combination tackle of Eli Frazier and Josh Karstensen. It's a gain of 4.
Well, that one, as Darren said, went to our wing back, Sweska, and anytime you pick up 4 or 5 yards on the 1st down, you got to call it a positive play. So not a bad play at all.
2nd and 6 from the 35. Heading to the right side, wing back right is Sweska. Tight end to the left side is Kane. Split backs with Johansson and with Hovden. Pierce under center, toss to Hovden left side. He's met in the backfield, dishes away a defender, does his best to get back to the 37. He'll only lose 2. He got away from the tackle attempt of Quinn, but it was finished off by Deshaun Quinn. It's a loss of 2. It's 3rd and 8. 3:12 to play, second quarter, 20-0 Decorah.
Yeah, and Jake did a nice job shaking off a tackle deep in the backfield and then just kind of making what he could out of that play, even though he was kind of snowed under.
It was Devin Quinn that slowed him down, and Deshaun Quinn that finished him off. 3rd and 8 from the 38. 2:52 to play till halftime. To the left side, Rohr. Wing back left to Sweska, tight end right is Kane. Split backs Johansson and Hovden. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Johansson, slants off the right side, breaks the tackle at the 32, brings it to the sideline, 30, 25, wrestled down by Mulwinkle at the 20-yard line. Johansson on a run of 17. It'll be a first down for Decorah.
Well, it's a good run, but it's some shoddy tackling too. They had an opportunity. In other words, 2 different guys did to really put a hit, and they kind of went up high, and he slid right through it and kept going. A good run by Johansson.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Football on the right or near side hash mark. 2 tight ends, Kane left, Meyer right. Split backs, Hovden and Johansson. Split to the left side is Sweska. Pierce under his center. Sean Truan takes the snap off play action, has time of the pocket, throws the left side, and it is intercepted. No. Kanoy couldn't hang on to the ball. Vikes a little lucky that thing wasn't picked as the ball went towards the flag in the corner. Sweska and Kane were in the vicinity. Don't know who the intended receiver was. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, again, Darren, just a little bit too much air under the ball on that play. And like you always say, if you're going to miss on the pass, you want to miss so that the defender doesn't have a chance to make a play on it.
2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Heading to the right side, wing back right is Sweska, tight end left is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Football on the right or near side hash mark. Pierce calls signals, takes the snap, keeps it on the belly left side, finds an opening to the 15. Pierce bouncing off defenders, lunging inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be a first down. Nick Kramer on the tackle, Pierce on the keep for 11.
Bryce Pierce keeps for a first down inside the 10.
Well, Pierce did a good job of following his fake to the fullback right into the same hole and then cutting a little bit back and making a nice gain.
Inside of 2 minutes to play till halftime, 20-0 Decorah. Vikes with the 1st and goal at the 9. Tight end left, Kane. Wing right is Sweska. Split to the right side, Rohr. Counter right side, Hovden opening to the 5. Jukes a man in the end zone for the touchdown. A trap play off the right side. Jake Hovden with the score. It's 26-0 Decorah with a $1:40 to play first half.
And Jake taking the handoff there on the counter action. Once he got across the line of scrimmage, things just cleared right up for him. And he had to break out of one half tackle, I would call it, but not much resistance on that run.
And a timeout asked for by Decorah. With 1:40 to play here till halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll have a Viking Sports Report. We'll get an update on the Decorah volleyball team with Viking volleyball coach Dale Wilharm at halftime. We will also have a Viking Sports Report. And don't forget, tomorrow it's Iowa Hawkeye football on FM 100.5. Hawks and Missouri State 9 for the pregame, 11 for the kickoff on FM 100.5. Don't forget, on this frequency tomorrow, AM 1240 KDEC or KWLC. It's Luther's opener. Yes, I will be in Aberdeen, South Dakota by noon tomorrow. Somehow, some way, a lot of caffeine will be involved in the process, I'm sure. But 11:50 the pregame and 12 o'clock the kickoff as the Aaron Hafner era begins for Luther College, as they will take on presentation tomorrow and hear it on AM 1240 KWLC. So, it looks like the offense is back on the field here. as the Vikes will look to go for 2. The kicking game has been a little bit of an adventure to this point, 0 for 2 on extra points. The one converted extra point has been a 2-point run by Jake Hubden out of the swinging gate. 2-point attempt for Decorah. Tight end left is Henning. Tight end right is Kane. Split to the right side is Sweska I formation, Hubden and Johansson. Pierce under center, takes the snap, keeps it off the right side, gets to the end zone, and gets bent back, but now they're going to call him in for the 2-point conversion. 28-0 Decorah. Let's take a timeout for Dr. Kelly Reagan, chiropractic, and for Spine and Rose Lumber. Andrew Sinkink will be kicking off from left to right for Decorah, with Brown and with Fuller back deep for Marion. 28-0 Decorah with 1:40 to play till halftime. Coming out of Brown, far side at the 9, runs to his left to the 15. He's to the 20, gets a block to the 25, and gets covered up at the 27-yard line. There's the baby bull on special teams again there, Chris Wanless.
Yeah, and that's maybe the most effective return Marion's had, but still not going to end up with very good field position.
Alec Felstrel also helping out. Marion has 2 timeouts remaining, 1:33 to play here in the first half. It's a 28-0 lead for Decorah. Touchdown runs 2 for Johansson, 1 for Hubden, and 1 for Savarov. To the right side will go Kanoy. 3 backs in the backfield. Hardman will be under his center, Paksa. Hardman takes the snap, option right side, looks to turn upfield, escapes the defender across the 30 and ridden down in the middle of the field at the 32-yard line. Matt Whittle on the stop. Correction, that was Riley Rue on the stop, second down.
A lot of different formations from Marion. That one almost looked like Chris, a wishbone formation.
Yeah.
Quarterback rolled a little bit back and then pulled it out and went upfield himself, but not for much gain.
2nd and 6 from the 31-yard line. Option left side. Hardman looks to keep, gets hit by Savarov and ridden down at the 32-yard line. Michael with the textbook tackle, shoulder pad right to the belly.
Yeah, it was a reverse pivot out of the snap there by the quarterback, trying to set up the option look, and kind of got caught in between. Didn't know whether he should pitch it or keep it, but a nice play by our guys to be disciplined.
And it's 3rd down and 4 for Marion at the 33-yard line. Trips to the right side. Hardman in the shotgun. Murphy to his right. Kramer, the tight end, left side of the line. Taking the snap is Hardman. Has time. Now the pocket starts to collapse. He scrambles to his right and gets covered up by Ellsburn at the 32-yard line. 17 seconds to play till halftime. And I think they are just going to let the clock run out. 28-0 Decorah leads at a half. First half thoughts, Coach?
Well, we completely controlled the first half. What I'd like to see improvement is a little bit more balance on the offense. We only completed 1 pass.
I believe so, yep.
Okay. Other than that, I would say we were pretty sound on all facets of the game.
Chris, your first half thoughts?
Basically what Coach said. It's nice that we could get the running game going. It's doing a lot of good things for us, but you'd like to see a little more balance, a little more accuracy maybe on the passes, but like you said, Darren, it's always nice to have stuff to work on.
All right, 28-0 here at the halftime break. We'll be back with our halftime show as we'll talk to Viking volleyball coach Dale Wilhelm after we hear from Winter Sheik Mutual Insurance, Hacker Nelson CPAs and Business Consultants, Paul Hudson, your State Farm Insurance agent, and Spine and Rose Lumber. Time break, and Coach, offensively, you moved the ball well. Probably want a little bit more balance, but all in all, you got to be pretty pleased with the first half, don't you?
Yeah, I think we picked up our blocking a little bit as the game went on there. I think our linemen are making nice adjustments. We got a little bit more intensity, especially as that second quarter went on. And then our backs have been doing a really good job. We've broken a couple tackles there and kept runs going, and it's just a good level of intensity we got going this first half.
And talk about just that whole offensive line play. Most coaches will say that's the toughest thing to get in sync in the early early part of the season. How much of the curve is flattening out, if you will?
Well, hopefully we've got a lot of learning yet we can do, and we can keep improving with these guys. But I think we mentioned last week in our talk that, the improvement from week 1 to week 2, and one of the biggest places you see is the understanding between the group of gentlemen that are up front, being able to communicate and adjusting on their assignments, and of course picking up their intensity, because hopefully their confidence level is rising as they understand what they're doing a little bit better.
And defensively, 0 points in the first half. Can't complain about that.
No, we're doing a good job getting up and tackling. There's a couple plays that they've had some success. We want to make some adjustments here in the second half on those, but we're sitting in a good situation.
And your sophomores, nice victory tonight, 20-12. Obviously, after 41-0 last week on the wrong end of things, there was nowhere to go but up, and your kids improved a ton in many aspects. Blocking was better, intensity was better, taking care of the football was better, and way better result.
Yeah, special teams was a big thing for us. We thought those went well tonight where they didn't go so well last week. It was a good, solid football game. I like playing Marion because they're a well-coached team. They're physical. They got good size. And for us, it was a great game to get back on the winning streak.
All right. Let's keep the scoreboard the same way and run the clock quickly. I got to be somewhere by noon tomorrow.
Sounds great, Darren. Thanks.
All right. Thanks to Coach Jeff Friedoff here at the halftime break as we get you set for the second half as Decorah will kick off to Marion here in the second half. Average starting field position, Decorah, the 46-yard line in their own territory. Marion, their own 26 in the first half. And that was an underrated aspect of last week. Decorah, with everything, probably one of the factors in the victory. The 42-yard line in their own territory was the average starting position. Waverly average starting at their own 22. So all in all, that field position battle, which Decorah has done a pretty good job over the years in winning, is continuing to be a key stat, Chris.
Yeah, and it's a pretty simple math when it comes to field position. A shorter field usually is going to lead to more success. So you like to see your special teams setting you up for success. You also like to see your defense forcing turnovers and putting you in a good spot.
Decorah did not force a turnover last week for the first time, or only the second time in the last 29 games. But Kyle Kane had a turnover in that first half on an interception. You expect catchers to be sure-handed, don't you, Coach?
He's got, I would say, good hands. And
come on, above average?
The thing is...
Or are you going to just say good?
I thought he was very alert in kind of laying in the weeds. And as Chris alluded to, I don't think their quarterback even saw where he was. And then he did rake it in pretty much with one hand.
23, Logan Fuller.
Andrew Sinkink will kick off from left to right. Cole kicked off the first 3 times for Decorah, and Sinkink, a junior who has done most of the kicking in that grade, if memory serves, will kick off here again as it's kind of a low kick, bounces at the 20 to the far sideline, and Brown picks it up near the numbers at the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and gets dragged down at the 22-yard line. Actually gets back up again and pays the price for it. He took a nice pop from Andrew Sinkink, the kicker, at the 25-yard line. So first down at 10 for Marion from that point. And this has pretty much been their average starting field position all night. They'll move right to left offensively. They trail at 28-0. Like to see those kickers making tackles at the 25 instead of the 25 in your own territory. Hardman comes from the far sideline, the second-year starter who was actually knocked out of the Decorah game a year ago. Somehow being the meat Andy Hovden, James Osley sandwich doesn't sound too pleasurable, and Hardman will probably tell you back. Full house backfield give on a delay play to Karstensen. Cuts back, move to the right. He's across the 25 to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 on the play. Austin Ashbacker tripped him up. And to me, the interesting thing is Colton Mowry, 17 rushes, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. We haven't seen him tonight.
No, and you got to wonder if maybe he got dinged up or something this week during practice, or, you never really know what the situation is with the opponent, but it's definitely interesting.
2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. I formation, wing left. Kanoy split to the far right side. Pitch goes to Karstensen, turning up the left side as he cuts it back towards the middle. Runs into Austin Ashbacker and gets bent back. Old Joe Hansen got below. The Baby Bull got him high. They'll mark him at the 27. It's a loss of a yard. It's 3rd down and 8 for Marion. They're 0 of 4 on 3rd downs.
Well, again, you had two of our people that really forced that ball carrier back into Ashbacker by coming out in their responsibility lanes as they came upfield, and it just was a good three-man play right there.
10:40 to play, third quarter, 28-0 Decorah, 3rd and 8 for Marion. Hardman takes on a trap play to the left side. It's Fuller. He cuts it back to the right. He runs to the 35, and he gets covered up by Sean Truin at the 36. It'll be a first down. Nice execution on that play by the Indians.
Yeah, they got that trap set up here on the near side, and the ball carrier did a nice job of seeing a cutback lane, going back across the field and getting just enough yardage to pick up the first down.
First and 10, 36-yard line. 28-0 Decorah. As Marion has the ball in the initial drive of the second half, give to Mulwinkle. First flag of the night flies. Mulwinkle runs into Holt Johansson and Kyle Kane. He gets bent back from that point at the 37-yard line. Chuck Britton, he'll call an illegal motion on Marion, so that's the first penalty of the night for either side.
Mulwinkle the ball.
After 8 penalties a week ago, the Vikes penalty less in the first half. The penalty will be declined, so it's going to be a second down 10 from the 36-yard line as Mulwinkle got no gain on the previous play. 8 penalties equals quite a few dikes, and that probably wasn't too pleasant of a Tuesday afternoon. As an equipment issue on one of the players, Nick Kramer, Carsonson, he gets buckled back up, and Chuck winds the clock. 2 minutes here into the second half. It's a 28-0 lead. Hardman pumps one, scrambles off to his left side, now scrambles back to the right, stays in the pocket, hit by Savara, finally dragged down all the way back to the 20-yard line. Carey kept contained. Savarov kept contained. Ashbacker and Truin met him back at the 24 is where they will mark it. It's a loss of 12. It's 3rd down and 22.
The quarterback started to his offensive left, I think looking for a receiver downfield. He spun back around and went back to his right, and he had 2 receivers on that side too. He should have thrown the ball out of bounds somewhere close to a receiver, but instead he just kept backpedaling, and a tremendous loss.
And a tremendous job of contained by the defensive end, Savarov and Ashbacker. 3rd down and 22. Hardman dropping back to throw. Hardman pumps once, got it right. Savarov, he'll fire deep down the near side, going for Kanoy, and it's wrestled away from him and intercepted. Cole Sweska wrestled the ball away from Quinn Kanoy at the Decorah 49, and the Vikings pick off their second pass of the night.
I'll tell you what, Darren, that's about as good as a play you'll see from a high school defensive back. He was trailing the receiver, and just as the ball came down, kind of left his feet and had to wrestle the ball away. But Cole Sweska, just a great job of pursuing the play.
First down and 10 at the Marion 49 with 9:04 to play in the third. 28-0 Decorah. Vikes moving left to right. Meyer to the left side, wing back left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane, split backs with Savarov and Johansson. Football writer near side hash mark. Give to Savarov, trap play left side as he looks to turn upfield and gets brought down by Mulwinkle. Help came as well from Jordan Comreed. It's a gain to the 49, call it a gain of 2.
Much better flow to the ball by the Indians on that play. The hole was there at the line of scrimmage, but you got to give them credit on that one. About 3 guys flew to the ball and were able to wrestle Savort down.
2nd and 8 from the 49. The left side, Henning, wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane, split back Savarov and Johansson, football center of the field. Give is to Johansson on a handoff off belly action, and he gets brought down near the 50-yard line. It was Jordan Keaton and Deshaun Quinn that brought him down. It's a loss of a little. 3rd and 9 upcoming for Decorah.
Yeah, like you said, Darren, a little belly action on that play, but the Indians weren't biting that time. Holt with really nowhere to go, just kind of swallowed up by that defensive front.
8 minutes to play, third quarter, 28-0 Decorah. 3rd down and 8 from the 49-yard line in Marion territory, or in Decorah territory, or correction, in Marion territory. Rohr tight end left, Kane tight end right, split backs. Johansson and Savarov. Sweska split to the right side. Drop out a throw is Pierce. Pierce with time, under pressure, now sacked. It was Devin Quinn that brings him down from the 45-yard line. They'll mark him at the 44. It's a loss of 6, a 3-and-out for the Viking offense.
Not only one, but two white shirt Marion Indians overpowered our blockers and really put a really good high school rush on our quarterback, Pierce. He hardly was turning around when he got smacked.
And this is the 7th quarter of play. That's the first 3-and-out from the Decorah offense this season. Colt Johansson punted twice for 40-yard average last week. It's a low snap. He'll move forward. He'll get the kick away. Line drive kick coming down to Fuller, center of the field at the 15. Runs to his right. Up to the hash mark to the 20. There's a flag down as Fuller runs ahead across the 30 and gets knocked back. And there's a flag at the end of the play at the 30-yard line. So 2 flags on the play. So if it stands, it's a 41-yard punt and a return of 16. We'll see what the laundry is all about. 6:53 to play quarter number 3. It's 28-0 lead for Decorah. There's a hold against Marion. There's a block in the back against Marion. So after not hearing from Mr. Brinton in the first half, we've heard from him twice here in the first 5 minutes of half number 2. So they'll take the block in the back, which will push Marion back to about the 17-yard line, but another nice punt distance-wise by Holt Johansson, averaging over 40 yards a punt. New Hampton leading Cresco in the third quarter, 21-0. Marion with the football, first down at 10 at the 18-yard line. Moving right to left, trailing 28-0. Canoy to the right side, wing back right is Fuller, I formation in the backfield. Hardman takes the snap. Give to Karstensen off the left side, has a gap to the 20. Brought down from behind by Savarov to the 22-yard line. It is a gain of 5 for Karstensen.
Not very smooth on the handoff between the quarterback and the back that brought it upfield for a 4-yard gain, but as I already have said earlier in the broadcast, you'll take 4 yards on first down about any time.
Right. Riley Rule, Michael Ruiz, Jonathan Ellsburn, and Eric Severson are the defensive line right now for Decorah. Hardman takes, gives to Karstensen, finds gap off the left side, exploits it, runs to the 30, to the 40, to the 50. Karstensen running up the near side hash mark, hit by Sweska and dragged down. At the Decorah 27-yard line, largest play of the night by far for Marion. They're going to mark him at the 28. It's a gain of 51, and if it wasn't for the speed of Cole Sweska, it'd be 28-6 right now.
Yeah, and after the ball carrier broke through the line of scrimmage, it was pretty much all green in front of him, and you got to credit Cole Sweska on that play, coming all the way across the field to make the tackle.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line, halfway point, quarter number 3. It's 28-0 Decorah, but Marion with their deepest penetration inside Decorah territory. Football left or near side hash mark. Hardman takes, gives off counter action to Karstensen. He runs inside the 25 to the 23, brought down on the near side hash mark by Riley Rue. It is a gain of 5.
We're getting a little bit over anxious to try to do too much too soon instead of playing position football. Those little counters are really starting to let them ball control down the field.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line. Canoy will be split to the right side. Full house backfield with Brown, with Logan Fuller, and with Preston Murphy. Give is to Brown off the right side behind 2 running back blockers, and he gets dragged down at the 23. Austin Ashbacker, as well as Brighton Meyer, as well as Holt Johansson, all in the stop. It's a gain of a yard, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they tried to go off the right tackle there. The only problem was we had 3 guys in the gap, so just nowhere to go.
Marion on the night is 0 of 5 on 3rd downs. They are 3rd and 5.5, call it. Football resting between the 23 and the 24-yard line on the near side or left side hash mark. Canoy to the left side. Tight end right is Fuller. Full house backfield. Mulwinkle, the tail of the threesome. Hardman under pressure. The baby bull's going to dump him back at the 37-yard line. Nobody bothered to block Austin Ashbacker, and that's going to be a problem every time.
Well, it's a really good play, obviously, by Austin, but it looked like he came. I didn't see if he slipped a block or nobody even blocked him, but he was on the quarterback before he could even really spin around after retreating about 12 yards.
And it took him out of going for it on a fourth down situation as Ardman is on in punt formation. He is the quarterback as well, so you got to play heads up here. Cole Sweska standing deep in single safety. Snap back to Hardman in good shape. He moves forward, gets the kick away. And this one will bound at the 12-yard line, roll inside the 5, and Marion's going to down it near the 1-yard line, but they ran out of real estate. Trying to down it was Nick Kramer, but he broke the plane of the goal line, and it's going to be a touchback. So 36 yards, no return. It is 1st and 10 for Decorah at their 20-yard line. Worst field position for the night for Decorah. 3:34 to play. Quarter number 3, and it's a 28-0 lead for Decorah. Holt Johansson, 2 touchdown runs. Jake Hovden had 1, as well as Michael Savaroff in the first half. Viking defense has forced 2 turnovers. They've controlled field position tonight as well. It's Hovden and Johansson in a straight I formation behind Pierce. Kane tight end left. Sweska wing right. Split to the right side is Meyer. Give off the right side is to Jake Hovden. A stutter step move off the right side. Keeps plowing forward and gets 4 to the 25-yard line, actually. So give him a gain of 5. It was Jordan Comrie that brought him down, as Hovden did a lot of that on his own.
Yep, just a little handoff behind right tackle. And like you said, Darren, Jake doing a nice job of absorbing the first contact and then keeping those legs driving.
2nd and 5 from the 25. Football on the right or near side hash mark. Heading right, wing back right is Sweska. Tight end left is Kane. High formation with Johansson and Hovden. Pierce gives to Johansson. Bounces off a couple of defenders and drags forward to near the 28-yard line. First contact, Jordan Keaton for Marion. It's 3rd and 2.
Well, you got to give Johansson credit because he made more out of nothing. It really wasn't any hole at where we wanted the ball to go through, and he just kept driving with the legs and wiggling and ended up with a decent gain.
Vikings 5 of 7 on 3rd down conversions tonight. 3rd and 2 from the 28-yard line. Football in their own territory and in the center of the field. Roller to the left. Wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane. I with Hovden and Johansson. Give is to Hovden off the right side. Has a hole, exploits it across the 30. Dragged down at the 35-yard line on the near side numbers. There'll be a first down. First contact, Austin Brown. Gain of 7 yards.
Yeah, and one thing you got to love about Jake Hovden is his ability to run for yards after contact. It seems like on every play that he touches the ball, he's absorbing contact near the line of scrimmage, but then gaining even more yardage.
And how about the Vikes? 6 of 8 on 3rd down conversions tonight. 1st and 10, 35-yard line. Football near or right side hash mark. Meyer to the left. Wing left, Sweska, tight end right, Kane. Split backs, Johansson and Hovden. Dropping a throw, Pierce firing deep down the middle of the field, going for Kyle Kane. Incomplete. Kane had a step on Brown, but it was pretty decent coverage in the middle of the field at the Marion 35 at 2nd down.
The good part of that play was we gave him time to throw the ball, but we got to throw it a little. It wasn't catchable. There either had to be more air under that, so we run under it, or otherwise it goes incomplete.
This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Heading to the left side, wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Give up the middle to Johansson. Slants off the left side, breaks the tackle of Mo Winkle. Brought down at the 44-yard line on the far side hash mark. It's a gain of 9 to set up a 3rd and 1.
Holt doing a nice job there of showing that burst through the hole, and then falling forward, almost picking up the first down, but got a little more yardage than it initially looked like he might get.
Kanoy finished him off in the play. They'll mark him at the 43 towards the left or far side hash mark, so it's 3rd down and 2 at the 43. Vikes 6 of 8 on 3rd down, so they lead at 28-0. There's a minute 12 to play here in quarter number 3. Roar to the left side, wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Johansson and Hovden. Pierce keeps it on the belly right side, stiff arms a man at the 43, runs to the 45, gets the first down and gets dragged down at the 50-yard line. There's a flag down, and I think they're going to get Decorah for a hold. They are.
33.
Hovden got the hold, and that's the first penalty of the night for Decorah.
The flag was awful late. I thought it was a hold from the get-go, Chris. But
yeah, he didn't throw the flag until Pierce was actually across the first down marker. But
right. I think it was legit, though. That looked like a hold.
I thought for a second they might have gotten Pierce with the face mask on the stiff arm as well, but Chuck had a way better view than we did. 3rd and 15 from the 30-yard line. So the Vikes with a little more unmanageable of a situation here. To the right side goes Kane. To the left side goes Meyer. Wing back left is Sweska. Split backs with Jake Hovden and Holt Johansson. Bryce Pierce under his center, Sean Truant. Takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, fires the right side, catch made by Meyer across the 40, or correction, it's Kyle Kane across the 40, driven to the sideline by Brown at the 43, short of the first down, gain of 10.
Nice job there by Brighton after catching the ball to turn it up and do his best to get upfield. Looks like he is just a little bit short of the first down, but give him credit for trying to do what he could with that pass.
So 4th down upcoming, and Holt Johansson to punt for the second time tonight. His first punt was 41 yards. 25 seconds left here in quarter number 3. It's a 28-0 lead for Decorah. This is the score it was at the halftime break. A little bit of an equipment issue with a Marion player. And that has been remedied, so away we go. Austin Ashbacker is the snapper. He'll snap it back to Holt, who moves forward, gets the kick away, bounces at the 25. A bobbling catch by Fuller at the 17, running laterally to his right to the 25, bringing it to the far side, numbers to the 30. He's hit by Austin Ashbacker and ridden to the sideline at the 35-yard line. So that time the punt goes 40, but a nice return by Fuller of 17. So 10 seconds left here in the quarter, and Marion trailing 28-0 will have their best field position start of the night at their own 35-yard line.
Not a pretty punt, but a hard punt to field. It bounced 2 or 3 times in front of the...
That's why you call the changeup every now and then in baseball too, Coach, right?
So their return man fielded it relatively clean and did a good job of getting upfield.
So first down at 10, 35-yard line, football right or far side hash mark as Marion moves right to left. 2 receivers right eye formation in the backfield. Canoe in motion left and then right. Hardman will take the snap. Pumping once, throwing the right side, incomplete. He threw it short of Canoe, who tried on the pump and go. Closest man to the football in the Decorah secondary was Colin Nimrod. It's second down.
Yeah, it was a little 3-step drop there from the quarterback. Gave a pump fake and then was trying to go up the sideline, but he threw it way too short for the receiver to have any play.
That Shearer had a broken leg, if you will. Second down and 10, 35-yard line, 5 seconds to play. Quarter number 3, it's 28-0. Decorah leading Marion. Twins to the right side, I formation. Karstensen dots the eye in the backfield. Fuller and Canoe to the right side. Canoe will go in motion right to left. Kramer, the tight end, left side of the line. Drop of the throw is Hardman. Hardman firing over the middle. Catch made by Kramer at the 40. Keeps his balance, running left. Covered up at the 37-yard line. The tackle will go to Jacob Leafs. Good pass connection that time of 27 and a first down.
Well, that's the best looking pass in my mind tonight, with a nice catch on the receiving end of it. We weren't that far with our defender right on him, but that was a well-thrown and caught ball.
And that's the third quarter. It's 28-0 Decorah. This for Deco Products. Fourth quarter we go. It's a lead of 28-0 for Decorah. Stats sheet, Chris Wanless.
Well, probably the thing that jumps out at me most is the ability of Marion in that third quarter to kind of get their game going. You saw in that first half, I think we held them to maybe 75 yards, something like that, and they doubled that total here in just one quarter. So it looks like Marion, maybe after a little feeling out period, you definitely don't want to take an entire half to feel out an opponent, but it definitely seems like they're really trying to get their game to the next level now.
28-0 Decorah as we go to the fourth quarter. First and 10, 38-yard line. District play will open up next week. Independence coming to town for Decorah's district opener. I have it for you at 6:30. 7:30 for the kickoff. And tomorrow, AM 1240 will be the site. Lutheran presentation from Aberdeen, South Dakota. We'll bring it home to you at 11:50. Iowa and Missouri State at 9 on FM 100.5. First and 10 at the Decorah 38 for Marion to start quarter number 4. They move left to right here in the quarter. Kanoy on a wing left goes in motion. Right eye formation in the backfield. Drop it to throw is Hardman. Hardman hits. He throws the right side. A bobbling catch is made on the near side hash mark. Between the hash mark and the numbers by Smith, and he is brought down by Meyer to the 24-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and Marion definitely now in more of a pass-heavy mode, and I don't know if it's our defensive secondary that's just trying to play it a little more conservative, or if they're just running their routes more crisply, but their passing game has looked a lot better.
And give Hardman a lot of credit on that previous play. He took a wallop from the Baby Bull. First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Offset power I give to Karstensen. Counter play left side. Pile drives ahead to the 20-yard line. Colin Nimrod at the bottom of the pile for Decorah. It's a gain of 4 yards.
Well, one of their favorite plays, if not their favorite play, little, fake pitch counter up the middle, and they do run it pretty consistently, effectively. So why not keep going until we close it down?
2nd and 6 from the 20-yard line. Football right or near side hash mark as Marion moves left to right, trailing 28-0 a minute into the fourth quarter. Brown to the left side, Kanoy to the right. Hardman in the shotgun, backs on either side of his hips. Hardman takes the snap, off play action, rushes on, swings it out left side. It's caught by Fuller at the 25, looks to turn upfield. He's hit by Leaps, escapes that tackle, gets stripped up by Colin Nimrod, and down he goes at the 18-yard line on the far sideline. They're going to mark him at the 18. It's a gain of only 2. A lot of running for a little advancement.
Yeah, and the back was open there in the flat, and we had 3 guys there, had him dead to rights, but he kind of wiggled his way out and was able to pick up 3 or 4 extra yards.
3rd and 4 from the 18-yard line. Marion definitely in 4-down territory. They have yet to convert a 3rd down all night. High formation, 2 receivers to the left side. Hardman takes, gives to Karstensen. First down and more, running behind the blocking in the middle of the line. Met first by Leaps and gang tackled and knocked back from the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 6 yards as Karstensen doing a nice job. He only had 3 rushes and 10 yards a week ago, but Colton Mowry, 17 carries, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns a week ago, hasn't played tonight.
Well, that time there was way too big a hole for their back to run through. They beat us entirely where they wanted to run that ball. That was a big gap to run through.
First down and 10 at the Decorah 12-yard line. 2 receivers left side, Hardman in the gun. Actually, it's going to be a pistol with a fullback to his right and Karstensen behind him. Zone read action as Hardman keeps it after faking to the belly or the back. Karstensen, he gets dragged back by the middle of that Decorah line. Sean Truan and Whittle as well as Kane were all there. Gain of 0, 2nd and 10. Zone read, something Decorah saw last week, and they were ready for that one.
Absolutely. We saw a lot of that out of Waverly last week, and I thought they did a pretty effective job of running it. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that's the first we've seen it out of Marion tonight.
9-10 to play in the ball game, 28-0 Decorah. 2nd down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Receivers left and right. I formation in the backfield. Hardman takes the snap, has time, throws the right side, wide of the mark, incomplete. Going for Kanoy on the near side, numbers at the 5, covered well by Cole Sweska. It's 3rd down.
Coverage is good, and this a little bit wide. I don't think we hit the ball away from him. He just couldn't quite reach it. So good play on our part.
Kanoy, who had 4 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown last week, 1 for 31 this week. He's the leading receiver, had 17 catches for 387 yards and 2 touchdowns a year ago. Give to Karstensen off the right side, tries to plow ahead and loses the football. It's picked up by Dustin Carey. He's to the 20, to the 30. Near side numbers to the 40. Dustin to the 50. Dustin to the 30, to the 20, and a defensive touchdown for Decorah. Dustin Carey, a 91-yard fumble return for a score. It's 34-0.
And Dustin Carey really making the most of that opportunity. Kind of found himself just with the ball in his hands on that play. The ball carrier looked like he was powering through to gain more yardage, and all of a sudden the ball ended up on the ground, and Dustin Carey took it all the way home.
Dustin Carey, his first varsity touchdown, and he does it in style. Decorah with the defensive touchdown. Second year in a row, Decorah has had a defensive touchdown against Marion. It was Andy Hovden on the scoop and score a year ago. 8:42 to play. Andrew Sinkink is going to attempt the PAT. Carter Zidlicki will snap it, and Drake Schuring will hold it. Vikes trying to make their first PAT of the night. Snap, spot, kick, and Sinkink hits the upright, and it's no good, and that means we're still in regular time, folks. 8:42 to play, 34-0 Decorah, and let's take a break for Dick Kubler and Troy Whitehill with Edward Jones Investments. Dustin Carey on the defensive touchdowns, but extra points continue to be an adventure as Andrew Sinkink hits the upright and it bounces out, so we're still on regular time with 8:42 to play. It's 34-0 Decorah. So, although many positives in this one, still a lot to work on here in week number 2 of the season. There was going to be a lot to work on no matter what, but we'll touch on that after the kickoff. Sinkink's kick deep. Comes down to Mulwinkle at the 10, who bobbles it, picks it up 15. He runs to the 20, near side, hash mark to the 25, to the 30, and gets dragged down by Riley Rue at the 32-yard line. I think it was Jerry Kill, Minnesota's coach, brought it up a couple weeks ago after a Minnesota season opening win. He said oftentimes it's easier to teach lessons in wins than it is in losses, and I think the coaching staff will have a lot to review when you start reviewing that film Monday morning.
Absolutely, and it can seem kind of trivial at times, but those extra point tries, you stack them up and they end up being an incredibly important part of the game. So definitely for that PAT group, it's going to be a learning week.
Decorah has not made a PAT all night. They have made a couple of two-point conversions, but 4 rushing touchdowns and a defensive touchdown from Dustin Carey has given Decorah a 34-0 lead. Hardman takes the snap. It's the give to Logan Fuller, and he gets dragged out across the 35 to the 37-yard line, brought down on the near side hash mark, as it was Caven Baumler that brought him down, as there's some new faces into those Decorah lineups, and we'll get as many of these kids on the air as possible. Well, we'll get their names on the air. They're kind of busy right now to talk to them, in all honesty. Sweska's still in at a corner. Henning is in at quarter. Safeties right now are Alec Felschul and Colin Nimrod. Brady Dolly playing that Rover Viking position. 2nd and 5 at the 37. Give to Karstensen off the right side, who plows ahead across the 40 to the 42-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down. Not quite. Right now at a linebacker, Sam Johnson. Moving into a safety position for Decorah is Connor Gossman. Right now at the linebackers, Sam Johnson, as well as I think Aaron Severson is at the linebackers, and we'll get the defensive line here momentarily. 3rd and 1 from the 41. First down carry for Karstensen as he plows ahead off right guard to the 46-yard line. New players coming in for Decorah, Easton Schmitz, as well as Kyle Hageman. And Karstensen a little slow in getting up. Also in at the defensive line right now for Decorah is Cody Carlin. Also in at that defensive line is Kyle Hageman, as Karstensen has a cramp with 7:22 left here in the ball game. It's 34-0 Decorah as they treat to the injured player.
Some new numbers in for Decorah.
As Karstensen is done with the cramp there. On the drive here for Marion, it's been a Fuller gain of 5, a Karstensen gain of 4, and a Karstensen gain of 3 for a yard. So it's first down and 10 at the 45-yard line for Marion. There's 7:22 left in this one. Decorah leading by 34-0 margin. So all things considered, as we were talking about a moment ago, bottom line is a lot to work on, but a lot to be pleased with as well, Chris.
Absolutely. Like we touched on earlier, the offense has done great things in the running game, and then you look at this defense pitching a shutout at this point in the game. You're always happy with that situation.
7:22 left, 34-0 Decorah. To the right side will go a single receiver. Hardman will be in the gun, takes the snap off, play action, rushes on, being chased by Sam Johnson, and Sam Johnson brings him down at the 40-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 5. Good pursuit by Johnson from the linebacking core that time. Again, let's go over the Decorah lineup right now. Colin Nimrod back in at a safety position. Connor Gossman was in. Brady Dolly comes to the sideline from that Viking position. Brett LaRue is in at a corner right now. Nolan Heffern is in at one of the corners right now. Alec Felschul is in at a safety. Also in at a safety right now, as we mentioned, Connor Gossman.
The left corner, 18, Brett LaRue.
2nd and 15 from the 40-yard line with 6.5 to play, 34-0 Decorah. Hardman pumps one, swings it out right side. Catch made by Fuller, slanting to the sideline, and he gets knocked to the sideline at the 47-yard line. A hard hit from Alec Felschul, as well as help from Brett LaRue, as well as help from the linebacker Matt Chisel in the lineup. Big Kevin Downing comes into the ball game, as well as Cody Carlin, as well as Kyle Hageman. And also in there is Sean Denning right now. And the other guy up front is Caven Ballmer. 3rd down and 9 from the 47-yard line in Marion territory, 34-0 Decorah. Hardman takes the snap. They tried the counter action. They tried to give it off to Brown. Hardman ended up keeping it. He runs to the 50, takes a hit, and gets brought down at the 47-yard line. Felschul dealt by Sean Denning on the stop. It's 4th down and 3.
Little mistiming in the backfield, but it plays out that they make a pretty good gain with a sort of busted play.
4th down.
I think you can take the sort of out of there, and with all due respect. But Hardman, give him credit for making a play, too. 4th and 3 from the 45. Give off the right side of Brown. Gets the 1st down and more. And he gets wrestled down at the 40-yard line. New players coming in. Kyle Hageman brought him down. Jordan Schaller coming in for Decorah now.
Sean Denning with the tackle.
Dalton Harvey coming in for Decorah as well. So 34-0 Decorah. 5:43 to play. And if it wasn't for a Andrew Sinkic PAT hitting it upright, the clock would be moving a little faster. Normally I wouldn't care, but I got to get on the road. Selfishly, I'll admit. Dropping a throw, Hardman throwing deep down the right sideline, going for Kanoy, incomplete. Connor Gossman, correction, that was Dalton Harvey up the falls far sideline, who had some pretty nice coverage. Correction, it was Connor Gossman who had some pretty nice coverage on Kanoy.
Yeah, and Gossman there just doing a nice job of keeping with the fundamentals of what you're supposed to do on a vertical route like that, just running right with the receiver and then trying to make a nice play on the ball at the end. And
it's nice to see Connor Gossman back in. You'll recall he broke his collarbone on the final play of the state championship game a year ago. Give it to Mulwinkle off the left side. Runs ahead inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Coming back in, Kevin Downing, as well as Easton Schmitz, as well as Matthew Chisel, as Viking coaching staff doing a pretty good job of liberally substituting, getting a lot of kids some time here in week number 2. It's a luxury they had quite a bit last year.
In for Decorah, 78, Kevin Downing.
Full house backfield on a 3rd down and 2. Hardman under center takes the snap, drops back to throw. Hardman with time, pumping once. He'll fire deep down the middle of the field, going for Kanoy, who makes the catch and a touchdown.
And a face mask.
And a face mask at the end. on the effort by Nolan Heffern. Kanoy goes 6'4". Heffern goes 6 foot. The leaping ability and height of Kanoy had a lot to do with that play.
And also the opportunity for the quarterback to take forever to decide what he wanted to do with the ball. There was no rush at all.
And we should say it's number ones against 2s and 3s in all fairness, but this is the right thing to do from the Decorah perspective, because not a lot of use in playing the guys who played extremely well tonight. And the face mask will be assessed on the kickoff.
Face mask penalty will be assessed on.
4:36 left, 34-6 the score. And for the PAT will be Cromer. He was 2 for 3 on PATs last week, and he was 0 for 1 on field goals. Snap, spot, kick. It is up. And for the first time tonight, a PAT is good. So 34-7 with 4:36 to play in the game, and let's take break for Wicks Construction. 34-7, Decorah going to go to 2-0 on the season, barring something extremely weird happening here. Colin Nimrod will be the only man back deep as Decorah going to put the hands team in. After the 15-yard face mask penalty, Marion will kick off from their own 45-yard line.
Kick will come from the Marion 45.
Cromer will kick off from that place. And here's the approach and the kick. They try the onside kick. They get the nice hop, but Kyle Kane will corral it inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. Those sure hands of 88 doing it again. And I guess, you know what, in a 4-score game with 4:36 left, this is just me talking. I think onside kicks are silly at that point. Because, frankly, they're probably one of the most dangerous plays in football, and realistically, Marion's not coming back. I understand the whole element of not quitting until it's done, but I don't know what you guys think about that, as Drake Schuring will take the snap on his first varsity action. Schuring will give up the middle to Andrew Sinkink, who gets cut down immediately near the 39-yard line. Any thoughts on that, Coach?
No, I agree with you, Darren. Because of the risk factor for injury and the realism of 27 points made up against a good team like us in 4 minutes and a half. And I thought, since we only had one guy, you kick it high away from him, and maybe you run down there and you recover your own ball.
2nd and 9 from the 37-yard line. We'll get some of these new kids in the game as well, as Schuring takes the snap, gives to Sinkin, and he is covered up in the backfield at the 36-yard line. So 3rd down and 10 upcoming. Sinkink was in the backfield. Sean Denning is in. Let's get that offensive line. It's Carter Zidlicki at the center position. Bailey Vickerman is in at one of the guards right now. 3:30 left here in the 4th quarter. One of the tackles right now is Taylor Numedal. The other guard right now, I believe, is Matt Chisel. 3rd and 10 from the 37-yard line. I formation in the backfield. Schuring off belly action, keeps it off the left side across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Some of those other kids that were in the game at that time, Severson was in at the tight end position. Austin Bohr was in on the offensive line that time, as well as Carter Zidlicki. And Johansson will be on in punt formation. Drake Schuring taking the snap at the quarterback position. When's the last time the Daily Edition had a quarterback there, Coach?
Be Jason, I would guess.
Yeah. As Johansson with a nice punt that from the 41-yard line inside the 20, and down it goes at the 15-yard line. 44 yards, no return. So 1st and 10 for Marion with 2:35 to play in this one. 34-7 the score. As Decorah, with a very solid running game, a +2 on the turnover ratio. The field position game dominated by Decorah. Those were the main reasons for victory here tonight. But as we talked about, special teams, especially in the kicking game, extra points with a lot to be desired heading into district play next week. And passing game just has some rough edges to work out. And you can't just put that on one person, Chris. That passing game's probably as much of a team effort as the running game is, because it provides protection. Quarterback's got to be on target, and the receivers got to run their good routes.
Absolutely, it's a whole unit thing. You know, the receivers got to be crisp, and you got to provide a clean pocket.
34-7 the score. Give up the middle of Preston Murphy. He runs across the 20 and gets tackled by Colin Nimrod at the 23-yard line. So a gain of 8 for Preston Murphy. 2:22 to play in the game, and you might want to say, why is it ones versus twos? Why isn't Marion going a little deeper? This is one of the luxuries when you have 54 kids on the varsity. You're going to have this situation more often than not in a game like this, Coach.
Yes, because they only got about 35, 33, or 34, 35. So what you're saying is a reality if you want to get kids into the game.
Well, and that's what they should do. Yeah. As Hardman gives to Mowinkle, runs off the right side of the 26, gets bent back from there. So it'll be close to a first down. Coming in, Cody Zidlicki for Decorah up front.
Adam Knight at the bottom.
Only score here in the second half. Grant Grinna is in the game. At the defensive end, it's Logan Smithson right now. Grant Grinna is in at a linebacker. Easton Schmitz in at the linebacker. Brett LaRue and Nolan Heffern are in at the corners. In the secondary right now is Adam Knight, Alec Felstro, and Connor Gossman. Give off the left side to a new back in the game. That's Dontavius Young across the 30 to the 33-yard line, brought down in the center of the field. New player in the game, Corey Anderson, coming in for Decorah. Now Andrew Sinkic is coming in at a linebacker position. Next play, Taylor Newmanall will come in at the defensive line. 1:10 to play, 34-7 the score. Hardman takes the snap, gives to Young off the left side, and he gets collapsed nicely as he gets brought down by the combination of Grant Grinna and Easton Schmitz. As Decorah
Easton Schmitz
leads at 34-7. We'll send Chris Wanless down to the sideline, get some words from Coach Post for our post-game show. We'll have the stats. And the Vikes back for district play next week. Independence coming to town. Probably not where they want to be, but definitely an improving program as Hardman takes the snap, gives off the right side to Dontavius Young. He runs across the 40 and gets covered up near the 45-yard line. It will be a first down as Logan Smithson brought him down. So I think most everybody has gotten in for the guys in blue. Nice thing to do in week number 2.
Yep, it really rewards for the hard work that they've done in preseason and every night helping the ones get better by really trying to be a good scout team type of team.
Equipment issue with Sean Denning, so coming into the lineup will be Matt Chisel at that linebacker position. And so a lot of improvements, more consistency, especially in your offensive line play here in week number 2. But again, a lot of room to grow as that give is to Carter Stiggy. He runs up the middle across the 40 and dragged out at the 36-yard line with 13 seconds to play in this one.
Stiggy with the carry.
And
Jordan Scheller.
Probably one more play left in this one. As the clock is running, and I don't know if Marion is even going to get another snap off. There's 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. Hardman will take the snap. This will be the final play, barring a defensive penalty. Dontavius Young will bounce it right to the outside. He gets tripped up by Brett LaRue, and down he goes at the 29. And the Vikes go to 2-0. Decorah 34 and Marion 7. Vikings go to 2-0 and win their 16th consecutive game, continuing the second longest current winning streak in Iowa high school football. So we will be back, and have the stats and the recap on our postgame show next.